Hello and welcome to my FA Cup third round predictions for the 2024 FA Cup. Hopefully you're all going to enjoy the video. If you do, be sure to drop a like and subscribe as always. Enjoy these predictions, enjoy the FA Cup, the magic of the cup. We're bound to see some upsets. So here are my predictions, let me know yours in the comments. Let's get predicting the FA Cup third round for 2024. We start on the Thursday game. It's an all Premier League game of Crystal Palace hosting Everton. Two sides who are lower half of the Premier League this season, but just above the relegation zone going into this cup tie. In this one, I think it'll be an interesting game, but Crystal Palace, the home side, to just about edge it 2-1. I'm planning on doing live watch-alongs on the channel for quite a few of these, so make sure you stick around with channel notifications on so you do not miss any live streams. Moving on to the Friday games, we begin at the GTEC Community Stadium of Brentford, hosting Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Wolves, of course, recently played Brentford in their own backyard and won 4-1. What a game it was in the Premier League. This time the FA Cup, I think will be a similar result, 4-2 to the away side in this one. Up next we go to Craven Cottage, the Premier League side host the Championship side Rotherham, who are currently bottom. It's not been a great season for the Millers so far, and in this one I can see Fulham putting quite a few past the Millers. 5-0 at Craven Cottage on the Friday night. Moving on, we go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The visitors are Vincent Kompany's Burnley. This is going to be a tough game, but Ange Postecoglou's Spurs play some really nice stuff. Burnley will try to play some nice stuff, but in the end, I think Spurs get the result, 2-0, to move into the fourth round of the FA Cup. On to the Saturday games, we begin with a lunchtime kickoff of AFC Wimbledon of League 2, taking on Ipswich Town of the Championship, currently sitting second, just about. Recently, they have been slipping off. Of course, for Wimbledon, a player to look out for is definitely Ali Al-Hamadi. 13 goals, 6 assists this season for Wimbledon, against a side in Ipswich who recently haven't been losing games, but they just haven't been winning. I think they get back to winning ways here, convincingly 4-0 against the League 2 outfit. Moving on, we go to Coventry hosting Oxford. Oxford in the playoff places of League 1, and Coventry marching their way to the Championship playoff places. Of course, they were the runners-up of last year's playoff final to Luton. In this one, I think Coventry, the Sky Blues, get the win 3-1 at home against Oxford. Up next, we go to the home of National League South side Maidstone. They are the lowest ranked side currently left in the FA Cup, and it's already the third round. In this one, they host Stevenage of League 1, doing a tremendous job this season. They sit just outside the playoff spots in League 1. Maidstone sit 4th place in National League South. In this one, I think it'll be a tough game, but I'm backing Stevenage for the win, 2-1. What an upset it would be if Maidstone were to get through. Up next, we go to the Den. It's not an easy place to go, but it is if you're Leicester City. An old Championship game, this one at the lunchtime on Saturday. Leicester this season have been wiping teams off the park. I think no different here. Yes, it's an FA Cup game. I expect a lot of rotation from both sides, but Leicester to win 4-0 and put their name in the hat for the fourth round. Moving on, we go to the derby. It's Sunderland hosting Newcastle. Wow, what a massive occasion for both sets of fans. In the last 12 meetings, Sunderland have won 6 of them, and the other 6 are made up of 4 draws and 2 Newcastle wins. Sunderland in the Championship these days and Newcastle in the Premier League, but Newcastle really haven't been having a good season, and you think if they lose this one and get knocked out of the FA Cup, by the end of the month they're going to have nothing to play for. They're out of the EFL Cup. The Premier League, I don't think they're going to make the top 4. They're 9th at the moment. So the FA Cup is all they have left to save their season. Against Sunderland, who recently appointed Mick Beale. He's had a very mixed start to life at Sunderland. In this one, I can see entertainment, I can see goals, I can see it going to a replay at St James's Park. In this one, the 12:45 kickoff, 2-2 at Stadium of Light. Moving on, we go to Ewood Park, and the visitors there are Cambridge United, who sit 18th in League 1, just 4 points, however, off the relegation places in League One. Blackburn like to have a good cup run, and I think they will win here in the third round, 5-1 against Cambridge. Off to Gillingham, and the visitors are Premier League side Sheffield United. Gillingham sit 10th in League Two. Sheffield United, of course, bottom of the Premier League on 9 points going into this one. I think it's a massive opportunity for Sheffield United to build a bit of confidence because at the moment it's looking quite bleak there at the moment at Bramall Lane. In this one, I think Gillingham will get on the score sheet. I think ultimately Sheffield United will win 3-1 and put themselves in the next round of the cup. Moving on, we go to Hull hosting Birmingham, who have just sacked Wayne Rooney. 82 days he lasted and didn't pick up many points at all. In the FA Cup game here against Hull, I can only see one winner. I think Birmingham, the dressing room mood's probably not going to be great. It hasn't been great with Rooney in there. In this one, I think they lose to Hull 2-1 in this one. Off to Rodney Parade, it's Newport hosting Eastleigh of the National League, and they've got a man in form. Paul McCallum has 22 goals this season for the visitors. I think this is going to be a cracker of a cup tie and 7-goal thriller. 4-3 to Eastleigh to win away in Newport. Off to Carrow Road, it's Norwich hosting Bristol Rovers of League One. I think this will be an interesting game. Bristol Rovers recently been involved in games with quite a lot of goals in them. Same here, but they fall on the defeat end again. 3-2 to Norwich in this one. Moving on, we go to Home Park. It's Plymouth hosting Sutton United, who in League Two sit 23rd. It's not been a great season for them. Against Plymouth, who are managerless at the moment since Stephen Schumacher departed for Stoke. In this one, Plymouth will batter them at home 5-0. QPR welcome Premier League opposition in Bournemouth, and they've been flying of late. And in this one, I think there's only one winner. It's Bournemouth, the Cherries, to win 4-0 away at Loftus Road. Up next, we go to St Mary's. The visitors are Walsall of League Two, who currently sit 11th, only 3 points off the playoff spots. However, in this one, Russell Martin has got Southampton playing some wonderful football, and I think they win here 5-0 at home. Off to Stoke, the visitors are Premier League Brighton. This one's going to be a really interesting game because since Stephen Schumacher's come in at Stoke, they've been getting a few really good results. I think they're still yet to lose with Stephen Schumacher as the manager. In this one, though, I do think Brighton will get the win. 3-1 to the away side here. Off to Vicarage Road, it's Watford hosting Chesterfield, the team top of the National League at the moment. And looking into their squad, they've got a few memorable names of Will Grigg. Of course, he scored against Man City a few seasons ago for Wigan in the FA Cup. Will Grigg on fire. Will he be in this game? And of course, Tom Naylor, 2 Wigan players for Chesterfield these days. In the second round of the Cup, they knocked out Leyton Orient 1-0. What a game that was as well. In this one, I think they do it again. Watford 0, Chesterfield 1. Off next, we go to Chelsea off the Stamford Bridge. The visitors are Preston North End. They're not having a good season of late. They started well, sort of slipped down. As for Chelsea, probably the opposite. Didn't start too great. Now they're starting to pick it up. Went away at Luton last time out. They were 3-0 up, almost bottled it. And in this one, I think they win 3-0 at home, comfortable. Off to the Riverside, it's Middlesbrough hosting Aston Villa of the Premier League in the 5:30 kickoff. We have multiple 5:30 kickoffs. In fact, the Chelsea game is also a 5:30 kickoff. But in this one at the Riverside, tricky game. Middlesbrough aren't having the best season compared to Aston Villa, who are flying in the Premier League, looking to secure a Champions League place this season. I think there's only one winner. 3-1 to Aston Villa in this one. Another 5:30 kickoff, this time at Hillsborough. It's Sheffield Wednesday hosting Cardiff. This game was played just a few weeks ago in the league, and Cardiff turned it around from 1-0 down to win 2-1. In this one, I think Sheffield Wednesday will win 2-0 in the All Championship affair. They just beat Hull, a really good Hull side as well, and they're looking to survive the drop in the Championship this season after an awful start. What a comeback it will be if they do survive. In this one in the FA Cup, they beat Cardiff 2-0. Off to my team Swansea, we host Morecambe at 5:30 on Saturday at the Swansea.com Stadium. Morecambe, who are 17th in League 2, struggling this season. I think the Swans really should be getting over the line here with a win. We can't underestimate Morecambe. They'll of course want to come here and throw an upset, but I really do think we should be winning this one. Hopefully even a new manager in time for this one. It's been a month since Duff has been sacked. Not good enough really from the board. A lot of problems off the pitch, but on it, we're doing well. 2024 unbeaten so far. Make it continue that way. 3-0 to the Swans in this one. Up next, we go to the Sunday games. We start at Kenilworth Road. It's Luton Town hosting Bolton Wanderers. And it's mad to think that Luton Town of the Premier League and Bolton of League One. Albeit though, Bolton having a good season down there and probably fighting for promotion back to the Championship this season. I think it's going to be a cracking game and a 2-2 draw going for the replay in a few weeks' time. Moving on, we go to the Etihad. It's the holders Man City hosting Huddersfield. Huddersfield having probably a terrible season this year, as always. However, recently they have started to pick up the performances. A few results coming their way. The one against Blackburn Rovers 3-0 springs to mind. But in this one against Man City away, it's never easy to go there. I think they lose 7-0, and you may think, oh come on, give them a chance, but honestly, I don't think they've got a chance, to be honest, Huddersfield. But best of luck, would love them to knock out City, because that just makes the FA Cup a lot more special this season. Off to the City ground, it's Nuno Espirito Santos Forest taking on League One Blackpool. This is going to be an interesting game. I think Forest win 4-1. And since the switch of manager at the City ground, Nottingham Forest have been getting a few results. They've beaten Newcastle and Man United now. Can they beat Blackpool in the FA Cup and maybe put together a cup run this season? I think they will. 4-1 in this one. Up next, we go to Peterborough. They host Leeds United of the Championship. A big game, this one, for both sides involved. Peterborough hoping to make an upset happen here, but as a score prediction, I've got to back Leeds. The quality they have in their squad is a joke. Recently, they haven't been doing too well in the league. They just beat Birmingham though to start putting things right. I think another win here will be very welcome for the Yorkshire club. 3-1 away at Peterborough. Off to League One Shrewsbury next. They welcome Wrexham of League Two, having a good season down there. And last year in the FA Cup, Wrexham of course made it to an FA Cup fourth round replay, only to lose 3-1 to Sheffield United. In this one, I do think they knock out Shrewsbury Town. Away from home, I think Wrexham win it 2-1. Up next, we go to the Hawthorns. It's West Brom hosting Aldershot Town, who sit 8th in the National League, but it's so close down there that they're actually level on points with 5th place. It's only goal difference separating them. But in this one, I do think West Brom will get over the line. I got to see them in action down the Swans on New Year's Day. I think it's a good team, but I think our tactics were spot on. They didn't seem up for the game. I think they'll be up for this one. But if Aldershot can catch them on a bad day, they can certainly cause an upset. This one at the Hawthorns, I think West Brom will win 4-1. Off to the London Stadium, they welcome Bristol City, who always bring a good following and bring a good atmosphere with them as well. West Ham having a good season as well in the Premier League. In this one, I do think they get through to the fourth round. 2-0 against Bristol City, but it'll definitely be a good watch for the neutral. Moving on to the 4:30 game on Sunday, it's Arsenal hosting Liverpool. What a game this will be. You normally get bored when it's two teams of the same league playing each other in the FA Cup, but when it's two top teams, you cannot complain. Arsenal versus Liverpool. It's mad to think one of these won't make the fourth round. You know, when you think of who's going to win the FA Cup, probably quite a lot of people will be saying either one of these two sides. In this one, Arsenal haven't been doing well recently. Liverpool, however, top of the Premier League at the moment, and I think they win here away at the Emirates. 3-1 against the Gunners. And we finish off the FA Cup third round at a DW Stadium. It's Wigan hosting Man United, the 8:15 kickoff, and after the game I do believe it is the draw for the 4th round. Hopefully I can do a few watch-alongs this match week in the FA Cup as well, as I already mentioned, and this one will be included. I think Man United have to win this one. If they don't, then Wigan will be flying. Of course, they beat out Man City a few years ago at the DW. I don't think the League One side will do it against Man United this year. 4-1 to the visitors in this one. Well then guys, they are my predictions for the FA Cup 3rd round. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. If you want to predict all the games, I'll leave them all in the description, so just copy and paste that. It's a lot easier for you guys to leave your comments. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the FA Cup. I'll see you in the live streams. Take care. Good.